So take a moment right now and think through what is your ideal job? What do you do on a day-to-day basis? What is your work environment going to look like? What are the things you really want to do? Are you someone who loves data and you want to be crunching spreadsheets and digging in Excel factors and maybe doing carbon footprinting or forecasting or forensic accounting or whatever are you trying to do around data? Or you're more of a people person and you don't want to be behind a desk. You don't want to be in a cube. You want to be out. You want to be talking to people. What is the type of thing that you want to do on a day-to-day basis? Just as important, what are things you don't want to do? I think that is a true question you need to ask yourself, because for a lot of us who are taking this module or who've worked in this field, there are a lot of things you can do, but what are things you don't want to do? For example, we're a sustainability consulting firm. We can work in most industries and people come to us and they need help with all different types of problems. It's just as important, if not more important, for us to identify what work do we not want to do? Where do our skills not match up? So that we don't take work that's going to be really life-sucking. We want to be working on work that's going to be life-giving, the same as you approach your career in sustainability. And when you think of this ideal position, think of what companies are doing that. Have you seen any jobs posted? Have you seen job descriptions posted on the internet for the type of dream job that you have? If you haven't, think about how you could create this yourself. One of the most important things you need to remember when you're looking and beginning your job search is that almost 80% of jobs are never posted. And so that means that most people who are sending out resumes and applying for jobs online, they're only looking at 1/5 of the potential jobs that are out there. So you truly need to be thinking, how can I create this position? I've worked with a number of people throughout my entire career who've gone to organizations where it might have started on a small one-time project and they're successful. And that leads into part-time work, which then leads into a full-time job, which then leads into a department. So sometimes it's about creating your own job as opposed to looking what's out there and realizing that 4 out of 5 jobs are never posted online. On the career planning worksheet, we want you to really take inventory of who you are. What are your strengths? Not only from a skills perspective, but from a personality perspective. Know what are your weaknesses, what are you not good at? What do you don't want to be doing? One of the things you don't want to do, and I see this happen all the time, is you don't want to just start going out and volunteering at every single environmental organization and hoping that that's going to somehow, put you there. Figure out exactly what are the skill sets you need or what is that gap on your resume and figure out how to get that. Be very specific. I can't tell you how many people I know that when they want to get in the field, they start going out and volunteering and doing river cleanups and they start planting trees and everything. And sometimes those are the right people, but oftentimes those are the wrong people to be spending your volunteer time with. So figure out who it is that you need to be talking to and do that correctly. And lastly, as you look through your career planning worksheet, be thinking about the type of life you want to have. What's your life-work balance right now? What do you want it to be? What's the compensation you have now? What do you want it to be? What are you willing to settle for as you do this? If you're doing a transition, maybe you're going to take a little bit less to gain experience. If this is your dream job, maybe you're going to be willing to sacrifice and move to get to that if you know you're going to stay there for a long time. So really be thinking about that as you go through these worksheets.